It is Thursday, March the 10th, 2022. Welcome to the Zodiac Chatline. I am your host, Tennah, and as always, I got my moon sister, homie, Cassie in the building. What's up, girl?
Hello. Not much,
I know.
out here living it. How about you?
You know what? I am doing really, really well because it is what? Women's History Month. And we just celebrated International Women's History Day a couple days ago. So I'm feeling great. I know you are. You know, we all love that.
Love to all the women's, the people, the non-binary folks who love women's, the men who love women.
Listen, however you identify.
Anyone who has woman love,
yes.
Love to you. If you're a woman hater, get the fuck out. This ain't the chat for you.
Bye. I know that's right.
Yeah.
So, you know what's really good is that all the planets are still going forward. So that's nice.
Love that.
And we have some really nice energy right now. I am loving the energy that we have. Mercury just moved into Pisces yesterday. We have the sun. We have Neptune and Jupiter. What?
Yeah.
I feel like that's just what? Tell me.
It's beautiful. Jupiter and Neptune both well aspected in Pisces. Jupiter is in exaltation.
Yeah.
It's exalted in Pisces. And then, of course, Neptune is Pisces, rules Pisces. So, that's in dominion, I believe is the term for that. And that's beautiful. They work well in those places. And with Mercury coming into the fold too, you're going to get communicated messages, synchronicities, dreams, interesting, happy thoughts.
Yeah, these are probably good times to really like have a dream journal next to your bed. Because I feel like you for sure. Yeah, you for sure. I remember them, but most of them are just like, oh, okay. But yeah, if you're a vivid dreamer, and you know, I definitely highly recommend in this time that you're going to be more in tune, and your dreams are going to probably be more in color and just really more there. But we also talked about really dreaming big right now because Venus, Mars, and Saturn are still all in Aquarius, rather. And that gives you some eccentricities, that gives you some outside the box, that gives you some like weirdness, but in such a good way.
Yeah.
So I think I'm really excited about these energies that we have right now, like leaving the winter, you know, we're in those last phases. Daylight savings time is happening this weekend. So like, down here, we're supposed to get snow. People are a little concerned, so you already know what that
Girl, it's supposed to be 50 degrees in Michigan. What is happening?
No, a low of 24 on Saturday. They playing with us like the gas prices. I don't know.
Girl. Bye.
Talk about the memes for that though. I'm like, this sounds oddly familiar. I feel like this is, you know, Gulf War-ish.
Yeah, right.
We were worried about that, you know, oil.
Boy.
But I am excited about this energy, and even more excited because we were doing what? Pisces Celebrity Check-In. Say it again, girl. Say it again.
Pisces Celebrity Check-In.
Here we go.
Where are our favorite Pisces at this season? You start. Where are we starting? We should probably end. Should we end with the obvious?
Oh, we're going to end with the obvious because we could talk about the obvious. I'm going to start. I'm going to start with 7-time Olympic medalist Simone Biles. Can we just say this girl has always had a great season, no matter what she's doing, but an amazing Pisces season. She got what? Engaged to her Houston, Texas football fiance, Jonathan Owens. So we are about that life. And do you know what I really stand about her is that she stood up for herself. Yeah. She stood up for her mental health. She stood up for all of that shit when people were talking all this smack. I can't believe she did this. Everybody that was talking shit Nobody was doing all those somersaults and all those flips and twips. Nobody could do that. So have several seats. And I'm proud of her for standing her ground and being like, I'm putting me first. Fuck America. Fuck your, and still, after she took a break, came out and still won a medal.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right. Simone Biles, I hope you have a good season every season.
Listen.
You're out here. Yeah. It's crazy too to think about that, and her being a Pisces, and, you know, she just, the enormity of the emotions that come with being a Olympic level athlete, and then also everything she had to go through in the public eye with Larry Nassar and that gross, disgusting controversy. And yeah, like for her to have the inner strength and reserves to, like, as you said, stand up for herself. I mean, really just changing the future for women, like showing girls what it can look like to take care of yourself and also be an athlete. And fucking right.
Yeah. And as a woman of color athlete, like, she definitely was just like, I don't care how you guys feel about it. I'm not feeling right. And I think being a Pisces, she was more in tune with her emotions, and she was like, I'm not swimming this way today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going under it.
The instinct towards self-preservation. So good. You know what? I'm going to pop in with Chelsea Handler, who is a longtime fave of mine. You know, she can wade into controversial waters, but
oh my God,
I still stand. And she is in love with a Gemini, which is wild, but it feels like works for her.
For both of them at that age.
Yeah. And she's having fun with the tour's Vaxxed and Horny.
Yeah, Vaccinated and Horny tour. So she is all throughout the country. Yes. So just in case y'all want to know, that's where you can find Miss Chelsea Handler.
Right.
But and she has her podcast, Dear Chelsea. But I'm with you. I've followed her for quite some time, even her Netflix show. And she's quite insightful. In everything that she kind of expresses. So I'm with you. We stand a funny Pisces queen.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
She is hilarious. Okay, so I'm gonna go for this amazing comedian. Another comedian, another funny Pisces. One of my favorite stand-ups of hers is called I'ma Be Me. It was way back when Obama got elected, probably one of the funniest, one of the best lines. And she said, white people are looking at you. It's one of the best lines ever. But Miss Wanda Sykes is having her best Pisces life. Her and her Pisces, she calls her Frenchie, wife, Alex Sykes. They are living their best gay life, lesbian life together, happy. They're so sweet together. They love each other. I mean, it's just amazing to see that. Hilarious. She is always fighting for women's rights, for gay rights, for black. I mean, she is out there, and she is one person that will tell you exactly how it's going to be.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. She's great. I'm so glad that she's living her best life. Hell yeah.
Girl.
Chica.
Yes.
Rapper. Like,
she's probably a producer, songwriter.
Oh yeah, for sure. Songwriter. What is the word? What wunderkind? That's what I was thinking of, because she's so young. She just turned 25, and she's incredible, y'all. Tanae put me on to her, and I'm never getting off that train.
Yeah,
she's so good. I actually heard Songs About You, which I know is your jam, and now my jam too.
Yes.
And correctly guessed she was a Pisces because she raps about, I mean, you know, it's fire. She's got bars, but she also sneaks in these allusions to having to get over these deep feelings and insecurities, and rising above and making her actualizing her dreams, but really preyed on all of my visions.
Yes.
And
now everybody gonna see. Yes.
Yeah. She's so good. She was nominated last year for a Grammy and just celebrated her birthday yesterday, looking so cute, representing.
At 25 again.
At 25.
She's 25. So I, again, have hope. for the generations beyond us.
The youth, y'all.
But especially for her as a woman of color, as a larger woman of color, to be able to be in the hip hop music industry and be such a force and be able to be nominated for a Grammy and hold her own and say what she got to say. And I highly recommend you guys check her out. And yes, Boss Diva Anita says 25 is her forever age. Girl, I haven't aged since I am Benjamin Buttoning this whole game. And we saw you serving face, girl. Yes, 25 is the year.
Just fully formed brain. Oh my gosh.
It's about time.
Never lied about that.
Right? Ooh. Yeah. Flashbacks. So together, we're just going to talk about
to talk about
this one. Okay. So for our grand ultimate, having the best Pisces season, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Rihanna.
The Pisces queen of Pisces queens is mother goddessing all of Tennah. Phone exploded.
Got so
at
excited.
A Rihanna's amazement.
I got so excited, y'all. It is live. Okay.
Yes. But for real, Rihanna.
Oh my gosh. Just first of all the amazement. This woman, okay, she has changed the fashion game for a pregnant woman everywhere, or at least expressed it in such a way where she's like, I'm pregnant, but watch me work. And everything that you see when she's been pregnant, the belly's been out, it's been here, it's been there. Just amazing. I think her kid's going to put out an album before she does, but you know, at this point, why would she?
Yeah, right. I think you're right. I mean, I really think she has probably changed the game forever. I think she did that with lingerie, honestly.
Oh, yes.
Savage,
oh my God, all sizes.
Right, exactly. It made all sizes acceptable to be lingerie models.
And with makeup and with Fenty, all the different, I think that's, and that is mutable water. I am going to flow where my soul takes me. And lucky for us, we have been able to witness, I mean, because Rihanna's been in our beautiful lives for
we're so lucky
10 to 15 years at this point. And I mean, we met her when she did Pawn the Replay, and she was like 19, and just we have watched her evolve into this amazing, beautiful Pisces queen. And I told Cassie this earlier. See most of you have seen this clip. She was coming in the Dior show with that beautiful black see-through fabulous, I'm sure it was a Savage Fenty anyway, coming through. And she was late, and some obnoxious reporter had to point that out. And just like the Pisces queen she is, she said, no shit. Why would you, I'm 8.5 months pregnant. Bitch, if I cared about being late, I would have cared. But guess what? I'm here now.
If you ever speak to a pregnant woman,
thank you,
about anything, like, you go, on your own head be it. You don't know what you might get back, especially a woman who is in her last trimester of pregnancy. Bitch, I will kill you. I haven't had a drink. I haven't had a joint. I haven't had any of this stuff. I haven't had a soft cheese, a deli meat. I haven't
maybe
seen
no
my
sushi.
feet. I'm itchy for no reason. Like, fuck you. I will kill you. I will kill you.
And then deliver this baby.
Right.
I'm done.
And you're gonna try a pregnant Rihanna? No less.
It was just and for me, just on the simple fact, like, that was just insensitive. Like, man, read the fucking room, bitch. Somebody should have go grab that. Whoever you are, ma'am, find a new gig. Like, cause so that was our Pisces Celebrity Check-In. Big ups to all those we forgot. Okay, so it is Women's Month, and we really do like to focus on women here. We had that conversation, but we will give an honorable mention to the male Pisces that we did point out is always having the best season, Mr. Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, yes, Shaq. Right. Always on your social media feed, giving a van to a family that needs it. He's out
buying a bike for a little boy. I saw that one. But you know, money when you, I was gonna say, when you say getting a check, see, you know what that is? That Pisces energy, he understand the true value of what money is. And it's not the value of money. It's the value of knowing that there's always going to be an abundance and giving. It's a cyclical. That's why he continues to get checks, because he's always giving it away. And it's just meant to come back to him like that. So y'all get some Shaquille in your life, you know? I'm sorry.
Get a vintage Orlando Magic jersey.
And then a baby Penny Hardaway.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
My whole childhood.
So let's actually talk about our topic today. That's been fun. But we are going to talk about not cusps.
First, before we do, Coral is in the chat. Ready to take questions. She's got her goggles on. She's looking for the questions. We're going to answer them later. And also, I have to give a shout out to my mama, whose birthday is today.
Yay! Mama Michelle. We love Mama Michelle. Mama Michelle. Hey, we love our Mama Michelle. And
happy birthday, Mama.
Yes. And we're excited about that one. Yes.
That's right.
We are excited because she gave birth to my lovely Cassie right here. So my world would never be the same.
Thank you.
So we love her. Make sure give her this shout out, all the blessings. I'm going to give extra energy. Cassie does not know what cards I'm going to pull. It's going to be a surprise. But I feel like you're going to dig it, and we're going to infuse Mama Michelle's special energy into that too.
Okay, nice. For tonight's show?
Yes.
I love it. Okay, great. So cusps.
Cusp.
Who even are they?
Because they are a they. It is a they. So my understanding of cusps, I read a lot of books from Gary Goldschneider, who is the astrologer that does the Book of Birthdays, the Karmic Path, the relationship book, all of those. And he breaks down all of the zodiac signs into 48 different weeks. And the cusps are included. And what the cusps are is they are the energies merging together, two signs transferring into the next sign. So it's always the signs that are next to each other when they're transitioning. That's what we consider cusps. It's about a week throughout the last half degree of a sign to another sign, but it varies because, you know, the world varies, the cycles varies. But I will say that even if you are born in between the cusps, your sun will land on one side or the other. Although, you know, actually somebody could be born at like 0 degree. I mean, I'm sure it's like a
it's possible to be born very, very close to it, but as you said, it would technically, you'd either be the very last point, you know, 0.1.99 degree, or the first 0.01 degree of the next sign.
But I think they're important because they bridge the gap. I think that there's never going to be hard transition, you know. It's definitely
and people we'll get into that. 1025.
We're gonna write that down.
Let me see.
April 6th. No, cuzzo, baby, you're the week of the pioneer, boo boo. You was all Aries. We know it, girl. We love you. You the last bit of Aries, girl. Yes, we know Boss Diva Anita is a Capricorn girl, January 8th. Maddie, what's up, Maddie? We love our lives. We can talk to y'all.
Yes, that's
okay,
right.
So go ahead.
But so like, you know, we talk a lot about the zodiac as being a cycle that moves from, you know, energy to energy. And it doesn't make sense for it to just one thing stop and then another thing immediately start, right? Like I was thinking about it in terms of a a rainbow or a color wheel.
Oh my God, perfect.
Because if you get closer to the next color, you're like, is that red or is it orange?
Yeah,
I'm not really sure. Like, it's kind of this, in my opinion, it's the same way with the signs.
It's the blending of the two energies, and and we're gonna talk about, blending those energies is where people born in between those signs have to learn how to work it within themselves.
Yep. Yeah. That's a good place to start.
Yes.
Because that comes into play with the first cusp we meet, which is the Aries Taurus cusp, the cusp of power. It is approximately April 19th to April 24th. And again, different astrologers interpret. Some astrologers really don't abide the concept of cusps, which I think is crazy, but whatever. But astrologers definitely interpret slightly differently the dates. And also, every year, it's not the same dividing date necessarily.
Right.
Like an astrology book might tell you that April 19th is the first date for Taurus, right? That would be
correct. But I'm pretty sure it's still in a degrees of Aries.
Yeah, or some books might say the 20th, but then depending on the year you were born, the sun may have moved into Taurus on the 19th. It may have moved in on the 20th. It may have even moved in very early on the 21st. So you really have to have your birth chart done to know if you're that close, to know exactly where you land. But so Aries Taurus, the cusp of power, about April 19th to April 24th. You're combining Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, is notoriously tempestuous and exciting and ready to do something and on the go, with Taurus, who is very stubborn and set in their ways. They are also just more emotional and kind of able to, they're not, I mean, they are receptive somewhat. All feminine, signs are, but they're also very like aesthetic and beauty loving, whereas Aries can just kind of go off and do whatever. And if they have dirt in their hair, it's because it got wild out there. You know what I mean? And for me, the central kind of tension for that cusp is openness and resistance to change. So people born on that cusp, I think, have trouble with wanting to go chase the new thing to do and wanting to stay where they're comfortable and see through the thing that they started, which, at its best, you get someone who can start and finish their projects, right?
Yeah.
Like if you get those energies at the best, but at the worst, you would get somebody who's stubborn and also shoots off at the mouth all the time. So like, it's, it depends on how you mesh those two energies.
Yeah. And again, like you said, that's some interesting energy to mesh. I mean, it's the beginning of the zodiac. It's like two children trying to grow up.
Well, yeah, that's part of it too. If you relate it to that analogy, it's just like a growing phase of childhood. And one thing I read, an interpretation I read about that cusp was it struggles with self-confidence, which kind of tracks because either of those signs are quite confident, Aries or Taurus, but put them together, and I think that you have a Taurus who's not quite certain that they made the right choice, and an Aries who also feels like maybe they settled too soon, and either one of those is not completely confident that they got there, It's
like impulse and stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Boss Diva Anita said 2 children cutting up. I mean, that sounds about right. So after that, we have the lovely Taurus Gemini, which is like the same but total opposite of the type of energies. It is very much a stop and go type of energy. Taurus is very fixed and Gemini is not. And it's trying to combine fixed earth with mutable air. And how does that work? And it's like that person has to learn how to ground their thoughts, and that is sometimes it's extremes versions of energy. It's like going 1,000 miles an hour or just not. You know what I mean? And so learning to temper that cusp. And that is known as the cusp of energy. And the funny thing about those cusps is that, about that particular cusp, is that you have those people have a tendency in their youth to just be wow, not like wild, but like just because imagine they're children, and so all of that childlike energy is just go 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 go. I mean, those people are a little insane on a certain level, not in a bad way, but I mean, there it's just a lot of energy, and then as they get older, it like shifts. In probably their early 20s, they turn into like old people. Like it's literally like the Gemini energy is tired and they move on to Taurus. Miss Lisa Miller, who I do know, hey girl, says Gemini, no thank you. And she is a Taurus, so I can completely, we already have a co-signer in the building saying them two energies is just not gonna do it.
It's so funny that you say that about the like youth thing, because I was just thinking about Tauruses are of course ruled by Venus and they love pleasure, and teen years are often when people start to experiment with drugs, and Geminis are so quick to fall in with a new group. And and thinking about, I have two very good friends on that cusp, and both of them were wild.
I'm surprised that one of them isn't in the chat right now, but it's cool. We know who we're talking. You know, we're talking about you. Person. We'll say they, so we won't even be gender specific, but they know we talking about them. But we both know they are an old person now, but it's cool. But I also think that they have experienced so much life, and that's the beauty about that cusp, is that the ability to be able to express both of those energies so fully and then be able to get settled in them. I just think as everyone ages and as the signs age, you know, it kind of, you know, balances out.
That's a good point. It's like getting a Taurus to actually go out and live their life a little bit, right? You know?
Yes, all of that.
So that brings us to the Gemini Cancer cusp, the cusp of magic, which is approximately June 19th to the 24th. I think this is a fun cusp for a few reasons. Of course, I'm partial to it because I'm a Cancer, but, you know, it combines Gemini's witty and communicative and, you know, highly intelligent, and Cancers are emotional and receptive and intuitive, and I think it's called the cusp of magic because if you're able to really connect with people and on an intelligence level and an emotional level, like those cusp people could be very manipulative if they want to. They're actually very manipulative without even meaning to. They can raise or lower the vibe of a room real quick, and you know, could use that in evil ways if they wanted to. I thought that their central tension is between being like performatively happy and performatively sad. Like,
oh wow, that's a good.
Cancers at their worst are, I mean, we're moody for real. Like Cancers are, they're ruled by the moon. And so sometimes things just hit them. Like I'll just be sitting there and something that happened to me 15 years ago will pop into my head, ruin my whole mood for like 2 hours. And I'll be mad at people that don't have anything to do with it. It's just
let them live rent free.
Right. Like just, you know, on some silly shit. And I really have to like, you know, work on that within myself, right?
Yeah. The good thing, it's like a logic and emotion. Like that's the good balance.
Yeah.
The best case scenario of that is logic and emotion. But you know, we all, again, that's what the cusp energy is. They have to learn, like you said, to make that happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up, we have some more Cancer energy, but now it's mixed with a little bit of Leo. And that is the cusp of oscillation, like a fan. And that is July 19th through the 25th. And this, what I said is, this is a moody cusp. I think it's like maybe the Gemini Cancer is more emotional, but this is a moody cusp because Cancer is ruled by the moon and Leo is ruled by the sun. So some days people are up and some days people are down. It just can change from minute to minute. So them like having that internal battle constantly of trying to figure out if they're happy or sad. And Leos have extreme emotions, just like Cancer have extreme emotions. And both of those signs, you can feel and tell when some shit ain't right. Because it's written all over their face all the time. And I would say that that is their biggest hurdle, is to really balance their moods. Because those outbursts are overly dramatic, to be quite frank with you.
It's like the exact opposite issue of the Cancer Gemini cusp, because a Cancer Gemini could really disguise their emotion if they want to, or fake it if they want to. And like Gemini's instinct is to kind of like put on a happy face even if they don't internally feel real happy. And a Cancer who's feeling some type of way will put on an angry or sad face just to try and get their way,
I get it though. It's just feelings.
But like you said, with Cancer and Leo, it's that everything is always out all the time. So it's like, is it going to come out in a burst of fire or a whole bunch of tears? You don't know. And maybe both.
And neither do they. All right. So next up.
Next up is Leo Virgo, the cusp of exposure, which is about August 19th to 25th. And so you get like super warm, exuberant, charismatic, big Leo energy with this like kind of serious, analytical, quiet energy of Virgo. And my thought with that one is that their central tension is between leadership and service. And
that's a great one.
Leos want to lead, and Virgos and Leos have in common being control freaks. But Virgo, the difference is that Virgo doesn't necessarily want to take the mantle of the responsibility of like being the leader of the pack.
But Leo does.
And both signs think they could probably do it the best, but Leos need to be recognized for it, and Virgos will just go behind everyone's back and do it the right way because they don't want anything to be wrong. You know what I mean? Like, but they have a hard time getting set on Virgos may have a hard time getting set on their path. That mutable energy can pull them in a lot of different directions. So if harnessed well, it could be somebody who has those self-confident, outgoing qualities of a Leo, but can also attend to all the details. And,
I have a very dear friend, you know who it is. I don't know if they're still in the chat. I haven't seen them pop up. I did see them pop in, but they are the epitome of that energy.
Oh, yes.
Like, and does very well with putting forth what they need to in order to like you said, lead and service, like tend to balance out, because they're a parent and they have a family and all that. So they are learning how to balance those needs.
It's a humbling experience for anyone who is very ego oriented.
Absolutely. And then that kind of leads us into the next one, which is Virgo Libra. And that is the cusp of beauty. That is September 19th through September 24th. This signs, I think, Achilles' heel yet axis is to not rely on the beauty. Because Libras are known for their aesthetic, pleasing, making their environment aesthetic, and Virgos are just pretty. You know what I mean? Like they just you know, that's
they take care of themselves.
You know, they're ruled by the sixth house with the health, and like, so I think that cusp is needing to like find more between service and relationships, and how, you know, that balances the needs, because that's an interesting balance of like service to all being able to make sure they're servicing themselves, and then finding that balance within a relationship and not kind of teetering it too much. So I think I feel like that's probably one of the easier cusps that we mentioned. And I'm not saying that something's easier or harder, but I feel like it's an energy that can kind of meld together, because mutable earth, as we talked about, which Virgo is gives away a little bit. And with cardinal air, it gives the initiation of things. And so it tends to blend well together.
I agree. And I think like Libras inherently are a sign who Libras are almost like cusp people also, because they're always doing this balancing act within themselves. And so adding another kind of element to that, I think, is sort of natural, like kind of par for the course for Libras. Right. So that the other Libra cusp is Libra Scorpio, the cusp of drama and criticism, which is approximately October 19th to 25th. So you have, like the Venusian, beautiful, relationship-oriented, charismatic energy of Libra with the deep, secretive, fixed water, ice or a well, you know what I mean? Like intense energy of Scorpio. And for me, I put that the thing that the tension for the folks born on that cusp is the balance between partnership and solitude, because Scorpios don't trust a lot of people. Libras at their worst can really be duped by people. And so the desire to be coupled up versus the need to be on your own is an intense one for people born on that cusp. And I think, you know, the flip side, I mean, that's an undeniably like a magnetic person, right? Who can probably receives a bunch of attention. And if they channel the Scorpio discernment, can, you know, sweep away all of the suitors who aren't deserving, and stay in tune with their instincts, feel out the right choice, and, you know, also use their, you know, that person is more likely to actually open up in the first place than a regular Scorpio.
Absolutely.
So that can be really, like, again, the Libra cusps, I think, are kind of easier than maybe some of the other ones. And I think that has the potential to be a really sexy, exciting, interesting life for someone. But, you know, I'm sure dominated by intense relationships, because Scorpios are intense about everything they do, and Libras are very intense about relationships.
You said it. So next we have Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. That is the cusp of revolution, and nobody should be surprised that those are the changes. That is November 19th through November 24th. That is so much energy of this is what it is. This is how I'm doing it. Like, fight me if you want to. You know what I mean? It's a pretty much like, you might not want to try this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think their battle is to really not be a rebel without a cause, be a rebel with a cause. And so find the right revolution. Like, and a lot of times I feel like they have revolutions within themselves based on their behaviors. And they're like, oh, this isn't going to work. I think that's a very intense, I think the energy can be worked pretty well with, but I think just as far as other people are receiving it, it can be a very intense energy.
For sure. Yeah, I agree with that. So then we get to the other side of the Sagittarius Capricorn cusp about December 19th to 20, Christmas or so. And that is the cusp of prophecy, which is interesting. And that seems actually right. Like, I think on its surface, Sagittarius Capricorn is, and we talked about this as like kind of one of the shitty, like harder cusps, you know, because it's Capricorns are ruled by Saturn. I mean, they are focused on responsibility, on building, on, you know, committing to something. And Sagittariuses are focused on piecing the fuck out and doing whatever they want. But I was reflecting on the like, we talked about Quinta Brunson in the chat. She's born on this cusp. I have a friend who I worked with as a PA on a CW show, and she's now like running shit. She's younger than me. She's born on that cusp. Big Lotto, you know, yes. I stan. December 21st, born on that cusp also. And I think it is, if I put the central tension for that cusp is commitment. Sagittarius doesn't want to commit. Capricorn's probably too ready to commit to something just because in order to see something build, you have to commit to something, right?
Absolutely.
But if that person can find the thing to commit to, give it time, you know, go explore, do some shit. That's another cusp, kind of like Taurus Gemini, that probably lives a lot in their younger years. And when it comes time to do something, they do the shit out of it. Yeah. And if they can channel that goat energy along with the joyful, playful, finding that thing that inspires the joyful, playful part, you know, and making that work and committing to that, that's
for sure
unstoppable.
That's actually my grandma's cusp. She's born first. Yeah, so all of that tracks. All right, so next up we have one of my favorite actually cusps, one of my out of a couple, but it's the Capricorn Aquarius cusp. And it is the cusp of mystery and imagination. And what I love about this cusp, which is about January 17th through January the 22nd, is that the energy that this cusp brings is innovation and hard work. And longevity, usually in their careers and whatever they're achieving, they sustain a long career or long thing. I would say Dolly Parton, Betty White, and Michelle Obama are all born within those dates. So they fall on that. And those have, yes, Boss Diva Anita, Capricorn, we love you, girl. So we that energy, being able to be innovative with the Aquarian, you know, Uranus energy, which is like exciting and electric, and then that stable Capricorn, like you said, steady energy allows that to express itself concretely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good cusp. And the ancient ruler of Aquarius being Saturn too, they share that energy. That's a good one.
Lisa, your sun does fall in that cusp. That is January 17th through the 22nd. So yay!
Oh, cute. I have a few good friends on that cusp. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think the other Aquarius cusp, Aquarius Pisces, is very lovely also. That's the cusp of sensitivity, approximately February 16th to the 22nd. You have progressive, unconventional, and analytical Aquarius meets super intuitive, super emotional, super receptive Pisces. And I thought the tension between for those people born between those two signs is truth and certainty. Like, yeah, Aquarians are very discerning, and once they've reached the point that they believe they know the truth, you know, they're comfortable in that knowledge. They don't feel certain about very many things, but the things they do feel certain about. And Pisces, I don't know if ever feels completely certain about anything. And honestly, they're kind of right.
Yeah.
Nothing is completely certain. And so for Aquarians, who maybe one of their few flaws, because they are a lovely sign, you know, they're one of the astrologers' favorite signs, is that they can be dogmatic. All fixed signs can be that way. And I think for that cusp, it, you know, reduces some of that tendency in Aquarius people, and also gives some a little more firmness standing in their ground for the Pisces, the Pisces energy of it. So.
And then we come to our final cusp, and I hope you're still up in the chat, East River Fog, because this is for you. This is the Pisces Aries cusp, the cusp of rebirth, and that is March the 19th through the 24th, which we will be approaching here shortly. And that is the final frontier. That is the end of the zodiac meeting, beginning of the zodiac. And I think that these are probably old souls about to be reincarnated. Energy of the Pisces soulful, like, mystery of, like, illusions and just kind of drifting there. And then the Aries coming into it is like bold and ready to do this. So they are trying to keep their emotions in check, because it's one of those where it's like the emotions, if the emotions aren't in check, that can go left real quick, and it can be like intense emotions. And I think that they have to really like find that balance between the impulse of their emotions and what they're really feeling, even though for them they're feeling it, but like Aries feels things super impulsive, and a Pisces just feels. So trying to get that balance. So yes, Miss Lisa Miller, December 25th is a Sagittarius Cap. You are keeping notes and keeping up. We love you for that. So
that's like the very last of the cusp, though. That's pretty solidly Capricorn, but technically, yes, the very end of the cusp.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna hit some questions real quick, and get you a tarot card. We're gonna get out of here because we have chatted it up today.
Oh, sure, yeah.
All right. So which one do you want to pick?
Okay, so we'll go through some of the cusp questions. Is 1025 a cusp? Yes, according to
it is the last day of the
cusp of drama and criticism.
That is correct.
Libra Scorpio cusp.
So that is Portophilia. Is it Porto?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, from Portrait of Lions.
Oh, look at you! You can read so much better.
And then from Ms. Coco Brown, 416 a cusp. I think Tennah addressed. Nope, solidly Aries.
We know you want to be first. We know you want to be first.
And then from Miss Boss Diva Anita is 18 a cusp. Solidly Capricorn, baby. That is all Capricorn energy. And I know you're the boss. You didn't even have to put it in your Instagram handle. Okay. Also from Miss Coco Brown, which sign is the most compatible with Libra? What do you think?
I think that Libra has a better chance with a good Leo energy is really good for Libra. They're like two, you want to watch a Libra and a Leo walk in the room. Like you already know everything is just going to be on. And I think that they will give what the other needs. The Leo needs adoration, and a Libra in a relationship is willing to do that. And a Leo is also willing to be in a relationship, and that kind of feeds into that. So I think that would be probably my favorite for, and I think that Virgos aren't terrible for Libras. I think that, like we talked about the Virgo Libra cusp, I think that's a comfortable energy. I don't think it's for every Virgo or every Libra. I think the disconnect may be the air and the earth. But I did pick Leo because fire and air. What do you think?
I agree with Leo. I think that would probably be my top pick for all the reasons you said. And I also think I could see a Libra Sagittarius pairing working really well too. I think Libra is like the one sign like beautiful enough to entrance a Sagittarius and actually capture their gaze. Or if you paired a slightly older Sagittarius with a slightly younger Libra, because I think Libra would be so enamored of all of the knowledge and the worldliness of a Sagittarius too. I could see that being a couple that worked. Though, as you mentioned with Leo, the good thing with Leo and Libra is Leo wants to be in a relationship. Sagittarius, it really has to be the right person.
And I was also going to say the mutable fire with Sagittarius may not be enough stability for a Libra.
Oh, yeah. That could be. Libra and Taurus could work, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually think that they definitely could because they have Venus in common. Lisa Miller, girl, May 17th. You know, you is a Taurus. You are the last. You were right before my mama's birthday. But you know, I love me a Taurus. So yes,
close to the cusp, but
you were
pretty
close.
Solidly Taurus.
And remember, you're supposed to come on the show. I looked at your chart. You got lots of Taurus energy, but we'll talk about that later. So thank you guys so much for being here, for watching. I just want to give a shout out to my cousin and all her homies that have been in the chat and been like giving it up. And also, John, we see you. What he be up to now?
Yes.
You missed it, but you in there. But
I want to check it on YouTube. It's one of my faves.
But I do want to thank everybody for watching us today and being so active in the chat. Cuzzo, Boss Diva, Anita, Miss Lisa, and I saw you, Gold Girl. You was in there too. I told Cassie that Lisa just said I guessed her birthday, and I did. And I told her that, and Lisa, Cuzzo, Boss was, I think Anita was not, but Goldie was on, and they were like, my cousin in the background, how did you? I was like, cousin, I can't tell the secrets. Oh, we love you, John. Thank you for the hearts. All right, we love y'all. Okay, so today, again, in honor of Women's Month, in honor of International Women's Day, and Mama Michelle's birthday, we're going to
Pisces queen of my life.
These.
Yay!
All right, so we're going to pull there the Divine Feminine Oracle from the lovely Megan Watterson. I love these cards. They are beautifully amazing. All of them have feminine divine goddesses on them. And I'm going to only read a couple blurbs here and there. However, the stories that these goddesses bring and how they exude their energy is amazing. So shout out to all the Pisces that we stan you. Happy birthday to every single Pisces. A special shout out.
And thank you. I'm going to pass those wishes on to my mama. She will be on the show getting her chart read on Sunday, you guys, if you want to tune in and meet her.
Okay, got one. Here we go. This is a good one. It's Hestia, the goddess of sanctuary. Guys, these cards are gorgeous. It says, no matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Right? I love that energy, girl. And already off the top of my head, that just gives the energy of home. You know, everybody says home is where the heart is. Home is where this is. Home is where you are always. You create your space. You create your home, especially your internal energy. That is for you. And so your ability to harness that energy and to find your own sanctuary, I'm here for it. All right, guys, here we go. Here we go. When your soul selects this card, Hestia created the concept of sanctuary. It's considered a sacred obligation to shelter and protect those in need. She wants us to seek those situations that allow us to feel a sense of being home, or she wants us to create that form of sanctuary for someone else. Of all of the wild and crazy adventurous Greek gods and goddesses, Hestia is the most drama-free. She's the one who can be counted on, the one who fosters community, provides the stability and food and warmth and shelter when all else is coming undone. She is your grandmother goddess. She's the energy that whispers for you to just get cozy. Hestia wants you to be 1,000 leagues easier on yourself. Put a blanket over your body, curl up with hot tea, sit before the fire of all that you've accomplished, and give your mind a break from all that you ask of yourself. Hestia wants you to let kindness pervade your thoughts. She wants you to light a small fire in the center of yourself and feel safe in calling your body home. She wants you to be able to seek sanctuary within. The soul voice meditation. Am I a safe place to be? And the intention, again, is no matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. Hestia is the call to become the calm harbor for your beautiful soul to thrive.
Oh,
right?
That like really brought tears to my eyes. That was beautiful.
That was a good one. I told you, I rocks with these, like Oracle.
Yeah.
They're just, I didn't even go into her whole story, but I just want you guys to know.
We'll all Google it after this.
Find your home. I think, you know, if we can, we might post it on our page. But find your home. Find all of, find your sanctuary. It's there. It's within you. And now is a good time, especially during Pisces season, to really just find that, because we are about to move into spring and Aries season. Guys, we're moving forward if you're in one of those time zones. So really take this time, take this weekend to find that sanctuary within yourself. And it keeps it good. So when things get out of, you know, when Aries season comes in like a ram, you'll have some sort of sanctuary within yourself. Go follow our YouTube page and subscribe. We trying to get more subscribers. We want y'all to subscribe.
Please.
We's on the Spotify. So if you want to hear it and not look at our beautiful faces, that's on you. But hey,
crazy choice, but you can do you.
You can still hear us, and we still want you to follow our shit. So follow us on the YouTube. Thank you for following our page. Thank you for sharing, liking, and telling all your friends. Thank you for always joining us on these Thursdays Q&A in the chat. We love messing with y'all, talking with y'all. It's awesome. So much love and support. We will see you Sunday with the birthday girl. Mama Michelle will be in the building, y'all. Yay! We are so excited to have her. We cannot wait. Our link to the YouTube is in our bio, so make sure you check it out. Cassie, I'd never want to do this without you, and you know I'm not going to. It's all love.
You know I love you.
Peace.